Hey guys, Metal War God here, and past weekend I went up to Fargo for the, let's see, what one was this? 9th Fargo Record Fair. Was held at the El Zago Shrine building, and I got up there, actually, I was up there early because I knew that people were going to be there in droves, and you know, so I pulled in there and paid the $3 to get in. Went in, of course, it was 2 levels, upper floor, lower floor. So I went into the first, paid my $3. I bought this shirt, Fargo Record Fair Vinyl Army shirt. Very nice shirt. I like this better than the last year. I like it that it's black. So I picked that up for $15 because they don't have a lot of shirts. So I figured if I'm early enough, I can get a decent size shirt, which I did. So I go in and I hit the first floor, kind of look around and see what vendors I know from previous years. And I really didn't see anybody that I knew of. Of course, I went to the one area where there was some psych for sale and a bunch of rock. So I started there, and I kind of made my way around. And there was one vendor I do remember from last year. It was called Beer Music. They're out of Montana. I looked through their stuff. I didn't really see anything there that caught my eye, so I kind of mingled around. That was my second vendor. First vendor I went through, I found a lot of stuff. So I mingled around. The other side, of course, Fat Cats was there. I thought he had got out of business. I went through their stuff, and I didn't see anything I wanted there. So I kind of made my way around the other side, and there was a vendor there that had recognized me from my videos I do. We got to talk a little bit, and started going through his stuff, and I found a lot of stuff. I'll show you a lot of that when I get here. I did make a pretty sizable haul, and I did stop downtown at a record shop and picked up some other stuff. So anyway, let's get to it here. See, the first, we'll start off with this stack, and very surprised, very surprised and stoked. I normally never see any of this stuff there, and there was another guy there that was looking for this as well. He said he went through it, he didn't see it, so I kind of went back through there. I didn't see it. The seller said he went through it and he found 3 albums. He said there is some water damage on them, in which there was, but the vinyls are in really good shape. So maybe eventually down the road I can pick up better covers, but I'm talking about the Runaways. And this one, Little Lost Girls, featuring Joe and Jet. Of course, does not have Cherry Curie. It is on the Rhino label. Let's see. Trying to see when this came out. I believe it was about 1980. No, it wasn't. It was actually about 78 this came out. There is a little damage, but this one has probably the less amount of damage as the others. But anyway, it was nice to pick up some Runaways. Hard to find some of that stuff. And then album number 2 was the Runaways, featuring, or this the best of the Runaways, featuring Joan Jett, Sandy West, Jackie Fox, Cherry Curry, and Lita Ford. This does have a little damage, got a little warpage right up here. I don't know if you can see that. But all in all, not bad. The vinyl's in good shape. And so this one here, let's see, this was, I think, this came out in 1982, I believe. Yeah, 1982 on the polygram label. So I was happy to get this. And then the third one, the Runaways. Of course, their debut. That's Cherry Bomb, You Drive Me Wild, of course. Lovers, American Nights. Well, the front and the back look very, very good. The inside is absolutely, they must have had, it stuck together somehow. And I might be able to peel it off and put it back on, but I don't know. But anyway, I wasn't going to complain. The vinyl's in good shape, other than the little damage to the gatefold here inside. It's like they peeled it off and didn't try to get her back on. I don't know if I'd ever get it off anyway, but vinyl's in good shape. So anyway, there's the third installment of the Runaways. So slowly but surely picking up a lot of Runaway stuff. That was from the guy that had saw my videos. So he's actually the one who organized the record fair in Fargo. So anyway, I was happy about that. I did get some other stuff I'll show you later, but these are kind of mixed match stuff. When I first arrived there, I went to this one vendor and I was going through this stuff. A lot of this was $5. You buy 3 and get it for 10. You know, if you buy 5, you get it for 15, whatever. But I picked up a very decent copy of the Allman Brothers, Brothers of the Road. Of course, this came out in 81 on Arista Records. So I was happy to add this to my collection. I don't see this very often, and if I do see it, it's really trash. So this is a very decent copy. Up next, I used to have a bunch of this stuff from this guy. It's blues, maybe bluesy rock, but Omar and the Howlers, and I Told You So. Of course, Omar is Omar Dykes, and I think this particular album was probably one of his songs that played the most, even on radio, which was called Border Girl. This came out in 1984 on Austin Records out of Texas. Of course, Omar is from Texas. Omar has quite an extensive catalog. I think this is my second Omar on vinyl. So here's some Omar. And then from the guy who had the Runaways, I picked up this. I'd never see any of this stuff ever. Let's see, was it? No, this was a different guy. But let me put this back here. I'll show you this if I find the other stuff here. But anyway, the guy that knew my videos, I also picked up the Rockets and Rock and Roll. This is the last one I needed in the Rocket catalog. Southern rock, very good. If you've ever heard the Rockets, their early stuff is great. This is on Elektra. This came out in, let's see what year was it, 1982. And just some great Southern hard rock. Very good stuff from the Rockets. And, okay, now the guy at the record show, when I first started going through a lot of his vinyl, there was a guy next to me, Stuart, who I know from Fargo and at shows. I've seen him. Anyway, I was going through it and I was absolutely floored. I've seen other videos where BCLT members have picked this up, but it's not very fun. It's not an album you see very much. And as soon as I seen it, it was mine, regardless of what it was. Anyway, I'm talking about Arch. another Return to Churchill. Picked it up for 10 bucks. And so I was stoked about that on Metal Blade Records. Came out in, let's see what year it was, 89. So I was happy to get this. And then I got a little bit farther into searching. I came across this. So I picked this up. Some Dirty Looks. I didn't have any. Wanted to get some, so I got Turn of the Screw and Nobody Rides for Free. It's on Atlantic from 1989. So I was happy to pick this up. Now another vendor I stopped at, I was going through a bunch of his stuff. Yeah, it's a different vendor right next to the guy I just showed you the art from. Anyways, going through a bunch of his stuff, and I came across some gems, and I couldn't believe it. They were, usually you see this stuff, it's anywhere from 30 and above. This stuff was actually about 15 to 20 bucks each. And the first one I seen was Josephus and Dead Man. And it's on the Hookah Records. It has a kind of like an Obi strip of Hookah Records, which also came on there. But I was absolutely floored by this. And anyway, just a great looking inner. Look at that. Hookah. Some Josephus. And let's see. Try to remember what year this actually came out. I don't think this is a reissue. It might be, but I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't see a date on this. But anyway, some Josephus. Great stuff. And then, let me get this back here. Anyway, before I go on any further, what's playing in the background is Running Wild, Rapid 4A from 2016. So anyway, I was kept going through his stuff, and I'd never see this stuff ever. Radio station North Dakota State had this in their playlist back in '76. And I'm talking about Jane, the 3 album. It's on Capitol Records. It's a German folk band, decently priced. It's like they got this in March of 1976. I don't know if you can see it, it's right there. But anyway, 12 bucks for this. Decent. I was floored when I seen this. Hard to come by this stuff. Jane. And then this. And this artist, I've been slowly but surely trying to get all of his stuff. I have acquired a bunch. And this one was there. The year before he had it there and nobody bought it, so he lowered the price. The year before it was going for 10 bucks. I got it for 5 bucks. Live Taste. Rory Gallagher. This one, let's see. I think this came out in 1970. And just some great stuff. For 5 bucks, you can't beat it. I mean, the album is in good shape. The cover's in good shape. But the guy said, finally, somebody bought it. I said, oh yeah. I says, Rory Gallagher. Anything Rory Gallagher, I gotta get. So I was happy to pick this up. They're the original. So anyway, this Taste was a 3-piece band. I think I'm missing one of the Taste albums. So I just picked up another one about 3 weeks ago. This one I was shocked to see there, so I'm glad I got this. And then, another shocker. Rarely see this. I have, I believe their second one. And I'm talking about Juicy Lucy from 1971. And get a whiff of this on Fargo Records. Anyway, again, a shocker that I seen that. The cover's in good shape. It is a little cutout here. Not a bad one here. Normally you see a bigger cutout in that, but this was also 10 bucks. Decent price. So it's kind of nice to find stuff like this that isn't overly priced or jacked up. Like a lot of stuff I did see. In fact, a little story here when I get done with this section here about an album I've seen there last 4 years, and it hasn't come down in price. So anyway, let's see here. The last one I picked up in that that one vendor was some green bullfrog, and I've seen this showing on the VCLT, but I never come across it. But this is kind of an all-star band of sorts, which has Speedy on drums, Sleepy on bass, Bevy. It has, let's see here, I'm trying to see. Jeff Beck is on this. Anyway, Green Bullfrog. I came across, I think this was 12 bucks. And of course, a lot of it says this must be played at maximum volume. Wow. Decent cover, vinyl's in great shape. Well, yeah, it's a Green Bullfrog. And see, let's see, this came out in 1971. Okay, moving on to one of the first vendors I stopped in. This was like 3 bucks. Cover's in decent shape. The vinyl's in pretty good shape. It is a gatefold, and I'm finally picking up more hot tuna. And it's the album first pull up, then pull down, hot tuna. It is a gatefold edition. Of course, it has Jack Cassidy, Jorma Kukkonen, Papa John Creech, Sammy Piazza, and Will Scarlett. Of course, Jorma was in, I believe, Jefferson's Airplane before he went on and formed Hot Tuna. So another addition to my Hot Tuna collection. And this was 3 bucks. Couldn't pass it up. I got a lot of his stuff on CD. Slowly starting to pick up more of it on vinyl, and I'm talking about Sammy Hagar and Street Machine. Of course, this has Trans Am Highway Wonderland. And let's see, this came out with about 79. So probably his second self-titled album, third, somewhere in there. Of course, we all know Sammy was with Montrose. Vinyl's in really good shape. For 3 bucks, can't complain. So yeah, some more Sammy Hagar to the collection. And some more rock and blues. This band has a pretty good sized catalog. Slowly I'm starting to fill that up. Talking about the fabulous Thunderbirds with Kim Wilson and Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother is in this band. So anyway, early on, let's see here. I can't think of it. It'll bug me if I don't. Jimmy Vaughn. Jimmy Vaughn. Yeah. Early Thunderbirds. Of course, we all know what the heck is the name of the song that played down there? I can't think of it. Anyway, mainstay on classic radio. But anyway, here's some Stevie. Fabulous Thunderbirds. Okay. Oh, let's see. These are albums I already cleaned. And the other ones I would have cleaned, but I ran out of MoFis. I had to order a bunch more, so I picked up some of that. But anyway, I did have this. This is a promo. And I rarely ever see this. I see a lot of other Nazareth stuff, but I never really see this all that much. Sound Elixir. This is a gold stamp promo. This was released in 1983. So a lot of that 80s stuff, Nazareth, was really hard to come by on vinyl. Slowly I'm finding a bunch of it, so I'm glad I picked this one up. And then I did have this, and I don't see this very often. These next two anyway, I don't see very often. Love the band. Their new one is great. Talking about Uriah Heep and Salisbury. I think this is 1970 this came out. And kind of an overlooked band in my opinion from that period of rock. They kind of got overlooked because of the Deep Purples, the Black Sabbaths, the Led Zeppelins, and Bad Company and so forth. But a great band from that time period that is still around doing it today. So here is Uriah Heep, Salisbury. And next up is one that's a very decent cover. Vinyl's in very good shape. This one came out in 1977, and this is Uriah Heep, Firefly. Of course, Mick Box is the main, John Lott is on this. So Uriah Heep. I think it's David Byron. Of course, no, I don't think he is. Ken Hensley, Lee Kersley, Mick Box, classic lineup. Anyone more, Uriah Heep. Okay, next. Never see this. Got a little damage on the cover, but not too much. Looks like something was burned on it, but you really can't see it. This was the last one to complete my catalog of Angel and Sinful. It came out in 1979 on the Casablanca record label. So I was happy to finally see a decent copy of this. And the cover is even fairly decent, like I said, with the exception of a little bit of, I don't know what it is here, but here and right here. But just happy to pick up the last missing piece to my Angel collection. And then this was in the mail actually. And I think I'm going to hold off on that. Anyway, okay, so now these next These next 6 were from one vendor. It's kind of hid in a corner, and I seen Stuart over there again, and he was going through it. He seen some crocus, so I was kind of waiting to get into the look. He didn't have a lot of crates, maybe 3 crates, with one behind there, and then he had some stuff on the back wall that was heavy metal and hard rock, and I actually bought one off of there. But I was going through a bunch of his crates. I came across, I think, for me it was a great metal haul from one vendor that I don't ever come across by a lot of vendors. And anyway, so I picked up Hellion. Screams in the Night. I believe this is their debut album. Which came out in 1987. Of course, Hellion with Ann Boylan. And this is on, let's see, which label is this? It's on Hellion Records. So I was happy to find some Hellion. I've been wanting to get some of my collection. Finally came across a vinyl. I think this was 12 bucks, 15, right in there, somewhere in there. So I picked this up. And also in what that vendor had was, I didn't have any of this. I wanted to get some. I never see it. Alcatraz. And Disturbing the Peace from 1985 on Capitol Records. These have all been cleaned. So once I got them, I looked at them earlier and they were damn near, they were really dirty. So I cleaned them up and I put them in the multi sleeves and put them in the outers. So anyway, here's some Alcatraz. And I never see this. This was on the back wall hanging up. I think he wanted 18 bucks for this. I grabbed it. I said, oh, I'll just put it here. I'll decide whether or not I'm going to get it. And I got Motorhead Bomber. It's on the bronze record label. It came out in 1979. As you can see, it is on the bronze label. So I was happy to add another piece to my Motorhead collection. And then this, never come across this. And I do have some of it. I do have some on CD. The new one really does not grab me all that much, but the back catalog is phenomenal. Talk about Lizzie Borden and Menace to Society. On the Enigma Metal Blades from 1986. Shocked to see that. Surprised nobody bought that while I was there. But anyway, some Lizzie Borden. Never see this stuff ever there. These were, I think, 12 bucks. Both of them were 12 bucks. And I snagged them up. Talk about Fist with Hot Spikes. Came out in 1980 on the A&M Records label. I think this was before the next one I'm going to show you. And anyway, I was just happy to finally find some Fist. I think there's a couple different Fist bands. I know there's a Canadian. I'm not sure which. I'd have to do some more. I think this might be the Canadian version. Yeah, this is the Canadian Fist. So it's with the Chenier brothers. And so anyway, I was happy to get this. And this one here is actually a promo. I don't know if you can see that up there, but it's got a promo stamp right up here. So vinyl's in good shape. Got a little band down. It's got a little what do you call it? Pig's ear down here. It's kind of bent just a little bit, but not overly bad. So anyway, here's the Fist. Right behind it was this one, Fist as well, Thunder in Rock. Came out in 81. This one also is a promo, so it's on A&M Records. So 2 promos of Fist, and so yeah, cover's in decent shape, the vinyl's in really good shape, both of them are actually. So yeah, here's some Fist. And finally added this to my collection. I do see this all the time, but beat the shit. Finally picked up Black Sabbath Paranoid, a decent copy. Of course, it's on the Warner Brothers label, gatefold. And yeah, vinyl's in really good shape. So I was happy to get this. Anyway, this one I wanted to show you was in that one collection where I showed you the Rockets and stuff. This was in there as well. And I very rarely ever see this stuff. And I'm talking about Rage and Perfect Man. This is on the Noise record label, which I'll show you. See? Came out in 1988. And early Rage is, to me, the best Rage. But anyway, happy to pick this up and see it. Last one I picked up was at Fat Cat Vinyls before he went out of business. He had a sale going on. He had half off all records. Well, this other, I think it was Execution Denied. I think that's the name of it. Was going for $40 and I got it for 20. So this one was 20 as well. So decent shape. And yeah, the original on Noise Records. Now, when I left town, let's see, I think. When I left town, I stopped at the Vinyl Giant. He had a booth there, but I don't know, it just didn't seem very well stocked of what I normally see. So I went to the shop downtown, and of course I bought some stuff. I think first up when I was going through it was this Crocus. Change of Address. I did not have this, and this of course was 1986. Not one of their better albums, but it's Crocus. Love Crocus, and it's on the Arista Records, and slowly getting a lot of the early stuff. I have the mid 80s stuff, the first. Let's see, from I believe from 80 to 85, 4 albums there, which in my opinion are the best of Crocus in their history. But then some is after the Blitz, Headhunter is good. Earlier stuff is a lot different. So anyway, Change of Address for Crocus. And then I picked this up. I seen this on one of his on his YouTube. We had gotten in a bunch of stuff, and this was there on the video. I didn't think I'd see it there when I went through there. Surprised it was there. I came across Thin Lizzy the Rocker from 71 to 74. And this is the London Collector Series on London Records. And some very early Thin Lizzy stuff. I did have this at one time in my first collection, and thank God I found another copy. Decent shape, very decent shape. Cover's in good shape. The vinyl is in good shape. So anyway, yeah, some Thin Lizzy. And then this was also in collection that he posted on his Facebook site. I didn't think I'd see that there either, and it was. And I'm talking about Rainbow and Final Vinyl, which came out in 1986 on Polygram Records. It is a gatefold 2LP set, and kind of a greatest hits set from all the albums of Rainbow. So I was happy I got this. This was, well, it wasn't real pricey, but it was a decent, it was 17 bucks. I paid 17 bucks for this because I never see it, so I picked it up. If you don't see this stuff, definitely pick the stuff up. So anyway, I was happy to pick up this Rainbow Final Vinyl. And then the last one, which I go on the other side of the aisle. I usually go through a new arrival sections first. It has about 5 or 6 areas holded where the albums are held, and I go through them because those are the main areas where he puts stuff that comes into the shop and he puts it out there. I did see this last time I was there, and I was going through the other side and I came across this. It kind of intrigued me because I know of a band that is called this right now that is nothing like this band, and I'm talking about German band Them. They are a blues rock band out of Germany, and this album is called Shut Your Mouth, and it's on the Fargo Records. And I want to say this came out in, God, what, 1979. So, yeah, Them, of course, the Them now is just releasing, or it has just released their new album, which was shipped. They shipped it today for me since I pre-ordered it, but this is the German Them, the blues band Them. So anyway, good stuff here. Now I got a couple other items I want to show you that I got in the mail that wasn't a lot or enough to do a video on, but I'll show them here. Okay, let me get a drink here. Now these are all Discogs, personal band buys from the bands themselves. So it's a mixed bag of stuff from the late 60s to the present. Not a lot, I think there's 6 albums here. 7. Anyway, I could probably do a mail video, but I'm not gonna. First up, a band called Neon Pearl from 1969. A very rare band's material to find. It's very hard to come by. This was actually released on Acme Records in 2001. Originally, this came out in 1967. A very hard to come by psych album. And I spun this today, and I really love this. These guys, I think they're out of probably the UK, but anyway, there's a band called Neon Pearl. Up next, I ordered this out of Discogs. Decent price. Covers in very good shape. Vinyl's in very good shape. Another part of the Rory Gallagher collection and Rory Gallagher Jinx, which came out in 1982 on the Polygram record label, or Mercury. And yeah, I was just happy to pick this up. No one ever see this. So I'm ever so slowly getting a lot of the Rory Gallagher stuff on vinyl. And we'll go with this one. This band has evolved into more of a progressive power metal band, where first two albums of their career were more, I wouldn't say really sleaze or glam rock, but they kind of bordered on that. Mostly, I would have to say they were more of a heavier hard rock band, and they actually changed their style, and I really dig their style. And their new album is called Fire Sign, and the band is called Dynasty. And this is on AFM Records. I just got this. It is a limited edition clear orange vinyl, limited to 200. And like I say, I just got this. I think it's been out a month, but I just received this here last week. So anyway, this is a gatefold edition. Great album if you have not heard it. Good stuff here. This is a band, God, I want to say, in the 80s, that used to get a lot of radio play on Q98 out of Fargo, and they were there, and boom, they were gone. And I got a lot of their material on CD, none of it on vinyl, but this one here I picked up very cheap, brand new. I think I paid $12 for this. This is their actual first album that was never put on any format. And I'm talking about Driving and Crying, and Too Late, Turn Back Now. This is on New West Records. And like I say, let's see here. I do have the liner note, well, not the liner notes, but the sticker here is the inner, all the lyrics and stuff. But anyway, the hype sticker was on the plastic. Anyway, this is Driving and Crying, Too Late, Turn Back Now, released on vinyl for the first time ever. It's 140 gram wax, originally released in '97. So this has never been on vinyl ever. So I'm just happy. And it's a very good album. Hard rock. And so I picked this up for $12 over at Amazon. You know, here's some Driving and Crying. And I've been getting into this guy's material over the last couple of weeks, and I picked up a lot of it on CD, and I finally picked up this on vinyl, which was released in 2016 on Rough Records. If you're not familiar with Rough Records, they are a blues label, and this is on vinyl. This is Devin Allman, Ride or Die. And Devin Allman, of course, is the son of Greg Allman, who we lost here a while back. And he never really grew up with his father. He was with his mother most of the time. So, but he still has the musical genes in his blood. And definitely some good stuff from Devin Allman if you're into blues or blues rock. Definitely pick this up. And I love the cover. It's great stuff. And this I ordered through Bandcamp. The cover actually what drew me in, and then I did a little search on it, and the vinyl, or the band, very interesting. And I am talking about Vanek. So titled release on Vanek, on Van Records. Here's the back. Got a little damage here, but not bad. Of course, it comes with a poster. One side is just the Vanek front, and on the other side is this. Then it has a kind of like a little book with all the lyrics and stuff. And of course, Vanek guitars, Al Biddle on drums, Ed Steffens on bass. So they are a three-piece. And this vinyl, it is 180 gram black vinyl, Vanek custom inners. So good stuff here. I think there's another one coming out. I just love this cover though, and just a great cover. Sometimes it doesn't take much to grab me, especially if it is a good looking cover like this one. Of course, that's how I used to be very successful back in the late 70s and the 80s and buying a lot of my music was by the covers alone. Anyway, here's Vanek. I believe these guys are out of Ohio. And last but not least, this band has really started to take off. I remember their first, or their 4-song EP album, which I picked up. And then they put out a CD, which was kind of a mix of the EP and some other stuff that they were writing. And of course, the comparisons are to Led Zeppelin, and which is very admirable. Yes, you can definitely hear the similarities, but I think what they do very well. I'm talking about Greta Van Fleet and their new album, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. This is a concept album. This is their first full length, and definitely this band is going to make waves. I just hope they stick to where they came from and how they got where they are today, even though they haven't been around a long time. Very young band, probably in their early 20s. I just hope a label doesn't get a hold of them and ruin them and make them change, because I think what they do right now is very good. This new album is very good. Let's see, I'm trying to think of... I was on YouTube yesterday and I came across a video of the song Lover Leaver, Take Your Believer, which is a 25-minute jam. Great stuff. Definitely reminds me of some of the material off of the song Remains the Same from Led Zeppelin. I think they do kind of take your cue from that a little bit, but great tune. A lot of people were very high on this band. I am as well. I think they're going to be a great band for years to come if they don't get or become changed by a big label. Right now, they are on the Lava. They are on the Republic Records. So, in my opinion, if they get on a major label, I think that label is going to make them change and conform to what they want and not stick to how Greta Van Fleet is and how they got to where they are. So anyway, here's Greta Van Fleet. Good stuff here. But anyway, that's all I have. That was some mail items. Hope you enjoy this. You can leave some comments below. And anyway, I hope you enjoy it. I'll see you next time on The Vinyl Hunter. And take care, everybody.